change, oh, that doesn't sound good. I don't like the sound of that. And as a matter of fact, Sacramento County DHA, or Department of Human Assistance, is facing a big change, probably next month. They are planning to move all the administrative and the county people from Marconi and Fulton Avenue areas over to Alta, Arden, and Bell. Many of us, well, maybe I shouldn't include myself, but I'm one of them, not looking forward to that move. I don't agree with it. I like to stay where I'm at, but what am I going to do? But when you think about it, change is usually a good thing. I mean, usually we make changes because it saves time, saves energy, or makes it more productive or more efficient to do things, right? So normally we don't do change just to make things worse. That wouldn't make sense. So like I was talking about, we, in our accounting unit that I supervise, we've been going through a lot of changes this last year. And that's one reason why I invited Olga to be here. She's one of our new changes here, and probably one of the best changes we had for quite a while. But anyways, we've been through a lot of changes. One of my best workers has retired. Another employee just announced a few weeks ago that he's going to retire. One of our other staff members on medical leave since February. So we've been going through a lot of changes. Fortunately, Olga was able to come in and help us right away, and we have some other helpers, not permanent, but temporary, but at least we're getting help. And one of the things we've been going through a lot of times in our workload is we have these certain folders. We work with Excel, a lot of different programs, but everybody has their own files under their own name. And as people retire or change jobs, they say, well, where's that file at? Who worked on that? I gotta look for a file of somebody's name I don't even know or recognize. So after this person retired this year, I talked to staff and said, you know, let's put everything under one folder or two folders so we all know where it's at. So that's kind of one of the changes we've been going through. But there's some things that we went through to make this change as successful and easy as possible. And I'm going to go through these little handouts here. I had them on PowerPoint, but didn't bring a thumb drive. So we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to go with the change. So as DHA's been going through this big change and even our own accounting unit with all people going in and out, I kind of came up with these steps. I think it's really worked out well. And I want to share this information with you guys. And so when you come up to facing change, you be better prepared to handle that or to help others deal with change. First thing I try to do is to notify everybody in advance. Let them know plenty of time and ahead of time. You don't want to say you're going to make changes tomorrow, today, next hour, or even next month. We'll give people plenty of time to know about it, think about it, so they know what's going to happen at some point. Next thing I do is talk to everybody about the changes that are coming up. As a supervisor or manager, usually we think that we want changes, and this is changes we want to see, we want to do. But in my unit, I said, okay, this is the changes I think I want to see. What do you think about it? Do you have any ideas or input? That way it's not just me telling them what I want. It's a group working together, say what would work best for each one of us as a group together. Get feedback, and probably the thing that's overlooked the most is to listen to people. And if you have frustrations, let them talk, let them get it out. And a lot of times that's all they need. So, okay, I said my piece. Okay, I'm okay with the change now. Third thing I do is make sure to remind them. We talked about changes. I have not forgot about it. We're not going to skip it. We are going to make these changes. We're not going to do it right away, but the changes are coming. whether you like it or not. So this is your last chance. If you have any input or feedback, bring it up now or forever hold your peace. Another thing I like to do is make sure explain why we're making these changes. Like I said, we're not doing just a big change to make things worse. We're trying to make things better for everybody. And if people do have a hard time with change, make sure you'll be there to support them, back them up. I know change is hard. We like to get in our routine, do certain things, certain times. You don't have to think about it. But to make things better, more efficient, you have to learn to change a little bit and do things differently. It's going to take some time, it's going to take some effort. But if you're there to back them up, support them, that change will go a lot more smoothly. And lastly, set a timetable, set a definite date when these changes are going to take place. And just like us, we're supposed to move this month. Didn't happen. It got changed to the next month. So also have to be flexible. And if there are options, like we make these changes, and if they don't work out, obviously in a short period of time or over time, we can make adaptations to that also. So those kind of things I've been through in our unit to make things change as positive as we can. And I've been getting a daily email from dailygood.org, and always at the end of the message it says, "Be the change." And I like that. And at the bottom of that message today, today's message says, "Treat yourself nicely, just as you would treat someone you love." Usually we treat ourselves a little bit harsher than we do somebody else. And Gandhi also said, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." If you want changes, you got to start doing it yourself first. And lastly, I came across this quote, and I didn't know where it came from, but I saw it and I read it, so I'm going to keep that one. And it's called, "Embrace change. It is the only constant in life." Mr. Toastmaster.